So get this, out in the cosmos, there's this object that's just breaking all the rules. It's got the mass of a planet, but it's acting exactly like a newborn star. Today, we're going to dive into a discovery that is literally rewriting the cosmic rulebook.
Okay, to really get this, you have to picture the scene. Our galaxy isn't just a collection of stars with their neat little planetary systems. Nope. It is also filled to the brim with these cosmic nomads, what we call rogue planets. They're not tied to any sun. They're just drifting, silently, through that vast, endless night between the stars.
For the longest time, we kind of just pictured these worlds as cold, dormant, maybe even boring relics. But what if that whole picture is just wrong? What if some of these lonely wanderers are actually these incredibly dynamic, even violent places? Well, that's the exact mystery we're getting into today.
All right, let's start with what we thought we knew about these cosmic nomads. We're pretty sure they're everywhere, but man, they are incredibly hard to spot. And that leaves some pretty big questions unanswered. A rogue planet is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. A world without a sun, just floating free. You know, the official name is free-floating planetary mass object, which is a bit of a mouthful, but it's actually important because as we're about to see, that word planet might not tell the whole story, especially when you look at how they're born.
And we're not talking about a few oddballs here and there. No way. Scientists estimate there could be trillions of these things in our Milky Way galaxy alone. Trillions. They could seriously outnumber the stars, and yet we know so little about them.
In this quote from Alexander Schultz, it just nails the central debate perfectly. Where do they come from? Were these things born in a regular solar system and then just violently kicked out? Or did they form all by themselves, out in the middle of nowhere, like a tiny failed start that just didn't quite make it?
And that question brings us right to our main character today. A rogue planet with a ferocious, totally unplanet-like appetite that's giving us some seriously powerful new clues. So let's meet it. The object is called CHA 1107-7626. It's about 620 light-years away, and in cosmic terms, it's a baby, just a couple million years old. But here's the crucial part. Its mass is only about 5 to 10 times that of Jupiter, so it's firmly, squarely in the planet category. So astronomers were using the Very Large Telescope and the James Webb Space Telescope, and they saw something absolutely incredible. This object, it suddenly went into this massive growth spurt, just devouring the gas and dust from a disk that's swirling around it. Now, that process, it's called accretion, is how everything gets built, but this was something else. This was violent.
And the sheer scale of this feeding frenzy is it's hard to even wrap your head around. At its peak, CHA 1170-7626 was sucking in matter at a rate of 6 billion metric tons every single second. That's about 8 times faster than it was just a few months before.
And according to one of the lead researchers, this isn't just a big meal. It's the most powerful growth spurt we have ever seen for anything this small. As he put it, these lonely objects can be surprisingly exciting places. You think?
But here's the real kicker. The story isn't just what it's eating, it's how it's eating. And this is where that line between planet and star starts to completely dissolve.
So you might be asking, why is a big appetite such a big deal? Well, because the way it's doing it, the method behind this feeding frenzy, it follows the exact playbook of a young, forming star, not a planet. Okay, this is really the core of the whole discovery. Astronomers found this trifecta of star-like behaviors that have never ever been seen together in an object this small. First, the sudden outburst itself. These kinds of violent growth spurts are super common in young stars. Second, how the material is falling onto it. It's being channeled along a powerful magnetic field. That's a classic signature of star formation. And third, a chemical change. Water vapor suddenly just appeared in the surrounding disk during the outburst. That's another hallmark of a baby star, not a planet. It's doing all three. This quote from researcher Belinda Damian just captures the twist perfectly. You have an object with the mass of a planet, but it's using the complete toolkit of a forming star. Our neat little cosmic categories? Yeah, they're officially being challenged. So what does all this mean for that big question of where these wanderers come from? Well, it's basically forcing us to take the cosmic rulebook on formation and, well, rewrite it. Okay, so let's go back to our two main theories. Theory 1, it's an ejected planet. It formed around a star,
Things got chaotic and it was violently thrown out into space, probably losing its disk of gas and dust in the process. Theory 2, it formed in isolation. It collapsed from a little cloud of gas all on its own, just like a star would, and it would get to keep its formation disk.
The fact that SHA 1107-7626 not only has a disk, but is actively and violently feeding from it in such a star-like way, well, that's some powerful evidence. It strongly suggests it was born alone, like the smallest star you could possibly imagine, not kicked out of some other family.
Now, while that isolated formation model is definitely the overwhelming scientific consensus here, it's worth noting that these strange findings have also caught the attention of people with a very different view of the cosmos.
So, proponents of the electric universe theory argue that gravity isn't the primary force driving cosmic formation. They propose that stars and planets form much, much faster through powerful electromagnetic forces. For them, seeing a planet-sized object grow at a rate of 6 billion tons a second isn't just an anomaly, they see it as a stunning affirmation of their entire model.
So where does this incredible discovery leave us? Well, it really just opens up a whole new frontier for understanding how the universe builds worlds, even in the absolute loneliest corners of the galaxy.
And I really like this quote from ESO astronomer Amelia Bio because it captures the feeling perfectly. This isn't just some technical finding, it's genuinely awe-inspiring. It forces you to wonder what other kinds of bizarre worlds might be out there and what they must have been like in their violent earliest days.
And this is just the beginning. I mean, this one object is faint and really hard to study. But upcoming observatories, like the ridiculously named Extremely Large Telescope, are going to be powerful enough to hunt for more of these rogue worlds, to really figure out just how common is this star-like way of being born.
Which leaves us with this final, tantalizing thought. Che 1107-7626 has shown us that the lines we try to draw between planet and star are way, way blurrier than we ever imagined. It just makes you wonder, what other fundamental cosmic rules are we about to find out were made to be broken?